Now I can't explain all the feelings that whiskey's making me feel. Straight in with the jokes. But lots of whiskey folk get all giddy when they hear the phrase sherry bomb, and this whiskey has been custom built to be the ultimate extreme sherry bomb hit. So let's see if the Darkness 8-year-old single malt scotch can provide that explosion, or does it fail to hit those high notes? Welcome back, whiskey people, I'm Jeff, this is Whiskey, let's crack on. Jeff Whiskey. In honesty, I wasn't planning on reviewing this bottle anytime soon, but last night I spotted just how low it's got, so I thought I'd better jump on it before it's gone. I wonder, maybe I tried to get it in line with that line at the front before. So either way, I grabbed the bottle, poured myself a glass, and was ready to sit down and see what the fuss was about those John Wick films.
That guinea pig was my life. I lost everything.
And after a few sips, I kind of forgot about the film and started scribbling down some notes. So this is quite a ad hoc review, so hopefully it's not too bad. It was just one of those moments where you haven't had a whiskey in so long and it just hits the right spot and you just got to talk about it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
So it falls in that strange grey area of bottles which is owned by Atom Brands, who are also interconnected with Master & Malt, a boutique whiskey company and all that jazz. I think I kind of covered that whole Master of Malt, Atom Brands, Atom Group thing in the Christmas cake bottle review, which if I've done it correctly I've linked to it up here, or here. It's somewhere if I've done it right.
I just need a minimum amount of professionalism.
But you don't watch Jeff Whiskey for the professionalism, so I'll do my best to ensure that this video includes the same level of bottle slappage, awful jokes, dodgy lighting, awful jokes, jazz hands, and whatever giant meme this channel has become. But with all that, let's get to the experience. So we're going to start with some facts. It is non-chill filtered and natural colour. It's not a super dark colour, but it sits slightly beyond that really dehydrated urine colour, like a slightly orangey tint. Probably not what they were going for. Visually, with the branding, the typeface they use for the darkness is absolutely fantastic. The dash shadow underneath the letters with the thin line cutouts on the downstroke, it gives like a real old western vibe.
So I limped to the nearest saloon, crawled inside a whiskey bottle.
From trying to find out more about the brand, I seen they used to have an exclamation mark at the end, which I think was a really smart choice. They bumped it off because it's got a really good like balance. There's some like funky circle design showing barley and grapes or something. It's kind of smart, but it's also reminding me of that cheap clothes brand that do, you know, the multi-packs of t-shirts. Fruit of the Loom. I like the little plaque styling they got at the bottom. It's very like skeuomorphism style and it looks like it's meant to be realistic. It's even slightly embossed, which is a nice touch.
Please stop doing that.
Slightly embossed, which is a nice touch.
Such a bad joke. So the website and all its social media presence is just dead in the water, and I think I mainly see it promoted by Master & Malt. Yeah, all in all, it's pretty fancy looking. Final test is the old slappity slap. I normally use my other hand. I don't know, it feels like it's been ages since I filmed it. Let's go for a double whammy. Okay, that was solid and sturdy. That's better. Solid, pretty thick glass. You could do with some more shape for a better whack, but not bad. I don't know why slapping bottles is so fun. Everyone around the world should try it.
Hi everyone, and congrats Jeff Whiskey for you 1000 subs. Well done, my friend. And for the first time ever, because I'm not a fan of slapping bottles, but it's just for you because I promised you to do it. Maybe with this bottle, I thought it could be with a texture, beautiful bottle of Racé I just reviewed. It could be interesting. Let's try our first ever slap. How was it? I don't know. Let's try again. That's all. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. Sorry. Congrats, Jeff.
So all in all, the experience is pretty strong, pretty good. It's going to be getting a very high 5 out of 6 Jeffs. Right, so let's get this poured in the glass, give it a sniff, and here goes on the nose. Oh, it's musty chocolate is the first thing that hits you. Maybe because the bottle's been open for a while and it's at a lower level, it's kind of been made softer, more gentle. It's really pleasant, it's really sweetly inviting. Oh, you know, when you put your hand into a bowl thinking you're grabbing chocolate peanuts, but it turns out that's chocolate raisins? It smells like that. Not like the smell of disappointment, but that cheap chocolatey raisiny thing. There's like a tiny bit of orange pulp and there's like is there sulfuriness in there? Yeah, a real little bit of eggy sulfur nip in there. Oh, some nice almonds, Coke. That really takes me back to buying Tesco own brand Amaretto and Pepsi Max. That is one of the best and easiest drinks to have.
Bartender? No. I'm a mixologist.
It's quite strong on the snout. It's not amazing. It's pretty solid, so I think it's going to get a good 4 out of 6 Jeffs. But with that, there's no time to waste. Let's get to the taste. Cheers. Now that's not something I've got before, but it's I'm really getting like minerally, pebbly, bottly water. Maybe like sparkling water. That strange, like, not salty, but sparkling water. I don't know. Yeah, you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
That jammy parts come out. It's sweet. It's quite a little bit bitter. I'm getting like oranges that have been made. Ooh, orange isotonic sports drinks. It's a real good thickness, and it certainly has permission to land on the tongue. I'm thinking more jammy Dodgers than actual jam. Like a bit biscuity, very sweet. Maybe stale jammy Dodgers, because it's got that kind of softness to it as well. Again, you've got that chocolate which comes back harder after each sip, like a really pleasant dark milk flavour. I would say I'm more of a bourbon cask chap than like a Sherry Bomb fanboy, and this surprisingly is not the Sherry Bomb side that it's marketed at, and I think it's a good balance between the overly sherry notes and then the softer, fruitier, friendlier, more approachable vanillas and creams and biscuits and bits.
2 seconds later.
Literally, as soon as I said that, I started getting this twang of sulphur at the back, like I've swallowed a match. Yeah, and that sulphur, from every sip now on, it keeps popping back up again.
Right again.
I wonder how many The Darkness jokes I've managed to cram in here.
Oh yeah.
In the past, I've described this to a friend as the sherry whiskey Dalmore wishes it was, but it's missing something that Dalmore offers, but it's got that, I know Dalmore's like my naughty step to go on and drink shamefully, but it hasn't got that like waxy walnut note. It's a bit flatter, it's a bit less intense and possibly less depth to it. Maybe just because it's not been thrown on the floor.
Make sure you always take the barman and chuck that out the way. Real mess is carpet, you know.
But for on the taste, it's pretty good. It's not amazing, and it's maybe a little underwhelming on the sherry side, especially if you were hunting for a sherry bomb. But for me, it kind of sits better on my palate. So I think a solid 4 out of 6 on the taste. Right, time to talk about one of the most important parts. Money, money, money. Let's chat value. I just had to scan, one of the few notes I've made for this video is I had to scan back from my emails to find out how much I paid, and I purchased this all the way back in 2020 and it cost me a tiny £27.45.
I don't blame you. Damn good deal.
This was thanks to the Pour and Sip Club when they had their crazy discounts back in the day. I recently chatted with someone who works with Pour and Sip and Master and Malt and asked them why they stopped the point system they used to have. And the reason they moved away from being able to build up points and kind of cash them in as discounts, like you used to be able to get 100 points, say, and you get 20% off the bottle, and they've now moved just to having a discounted members store. The reason behind it was just too good and it wasn't sustainable, especially after the pandemic, which I do understand, but boy, did I take advantage of it.
Oh, we had a good run, didn't we?
Thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Anyway, I was a little bit shocked to see that this now sits just slightly below £50, which I think is bordering on possibly its fair price, but it's also a little too pricey. It's certainly not in my price range to replace, and especially when you compare this bottle with some of the new Master of Malt independent bottles they're releasing, because there are some real bargains on there for crazy good prices. So I think it's only fair. It's a really solid whiskey, and I will give it the benefit of the doubt and we'll go with the half score and say for value this is 3 out of 6 Jeffs. So Darkness 8-year-old single malt Scotch is coming in at a pretty good 16 out of 24 Jeffs. I feel like a lot of bottles are coming out of this score. I have been thinking about reworking the scoring system and may use that as a topic for a live stream, and I know I've been building up to do one to celebrate hitting 1,000 subscribers, which again is crazy. Thank you all for supporting this stupid channel. But maybe by the time this video comes out I finally managed to do the stream. It takes me probably a good week to edit these videos, even if it doesn't look like it. If you've enjoyed the review, slap a like. If you've hated it, a dislike. Subscribe if you want to see any more videos and to support this hobby, which has got massively out of control, and do all the other good YouTube stuff. Now all that's left to say is cheers for coming and cheers to the next one. I just remembered when I did the V-pub with Roy, I noticed the mic picked up an awful lot of background noise, so maybe I should just do some ASMR whiskey. Where was I?